Peace, clear, think fast. Just want to speak to the uniqueness of all of us as vibrations. Where I'm starting to catch, I caught the download where we're moving more and more into the place of where we're eachly uniquely moving into our soul purpose, and each one uniquely different. Just like the body. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain particular tasks given to certain parts of the body, you know what I'm saying, as above so below. Same thing with certain soul sparks in the human bodies. Different beings have different tasks, and that's why we always, again, we're always told to follow our heart, and go within and be authentic. Because if you're being authentic and not paying attention to others or what others think about you allows for you to be your true self. Because if you worried about what others think, you know what I'm saying, you're not being your authentic self, or just say you're not you're worrying about what others think, you're not gonna do what comes to your heart, and which, say, for your soul and your heart telling you to do something, but you're not gonna do it because you're what people gonna think, or people think this, or people who do that, so I don't want to do that, or I'm scared to do that. And you realize we all have our purpose. I thought to the fact of how I'm wired, I'm geared more towards the shaman vibes, more towards basically being a person that has a full understanding of source and the whole operation. And my gift to the world is sharing that information, in that sense, sharing that vibe. Say for instance, I'm not good for plant reservation, and like, say for instance, as a being connected to source, I cherish every part of my existence. But again, down to where each of us are uniquely different. Like, I'm not that into saving wildlife and plants. Matter of fact, because I'm here to be a shaman. A shaman vibe tells you that, hey, you killing that plant too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be overly into the vibes of, matter of fact, you start to see that vibe of, matter of fact, like Doreen Virtue. Virtue has a book called, like, Earth Angels. I think it's something like that, but it's basically describing the different types of different angels and beings, and quote unquote, I don't use that word extraterrestrial, but terrestrial, or just beings in general, and the characteristics of them, and like how in human form some of us, may have certain facial features that tie into a being from a certain vibration. Like, elemental people, they're extremely into nature, you know what I'm saying? Like the elemental, somebody from that vibe of being a fairy, like, they love nature. They always bouncing around, having that connection where they'll cry if they see a picture of a dolphin nose caught in a piece of plastic. Like, we all different. We all move by different things, and just seeing that uniqueness, like. And what really moves you, like whatever really moves you, and that's the area that you should be working in. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like from our soul contract and from just source in general, we got a certain job we signed up for, and now we starting to move into doing it and taking care of that task. Because if each one of us bring our certain dish to the potluck, then we'll have a party. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everybody trying to bring, the French fries, the potato salad, the juice. Like, instead of everybody trying to bring 3 different items, if each person brings a certain item, and matter of fact, even more so, each person brings a certain item that they good, or matter of fact, they great at making, like, they uniquely great at whipping up this dish. If each one of us bring our unique dish, to the potluck, call this matrix and this physical existence. If we bring our dish, then we'll have a party. You know what I'm saying? But again, if I'm trying to, I'm not into nature like that. So if I try to be in the nature, here it is that I'm great in occult esoteric information. But now, since I'm trying to be this nature conservationist, not just for example, so I'm trying to be that person, then now the earth is missing a great, occult and esoteric, worker in essence, because that person or that energy is off doing, into something that it's not really great at. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing too, is like getting into the area you're great at. Like, with crystals, I catch the omens, like as much as I get into my information that's outside of crystals, my higher self always kind of tapping me on the shoulder, like, don't forget, that's your particular area, that you dealing with, you know. But again, just remember to stay in our unique lanes, follow your heart. Like, no matter, and that's the thing, as above, so below, just like on how the humans, may have disagreements or may be different, or, like more on a lower vibrational level, but even as light beings, light workers, as, beings on this ascension path, we gonna be different and have things that we disagree upon too. You know what I'm saying? This is not no awakening where, again, somebody on some, side out, spiritual side out vibe, is trying to get everybody to think spirituality is about being nice and about just everybody just blindly coming together. You know what I'm saying? And, that's not the situation. It's about being authentic, being in unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? And with that, it's just a certain truth and authenticity, that we're moving into. But again, it's about being our authentic true selves, and it's all right if our ideas, are the way, one of us feel about a certain thing may disagree with another way another person feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, I'm pretty sure there's vegans or media, however, that disagree with a lot of stuff I say. Like, say for instance, how I put vegans on blast, like for eating vegetables, like where they, think they're in the clearing because, in fact, again, that shaman vibe, that's my expertise. I'm an expert at knowing how just our existence work, like being a non-physical being on a human experience, like, that's my field of work, you know what I'm saying? And from being a part of that vibration, I realized, like, all right, everything is lit, you know what I'm saying? Because, say for instance, I'm not in a position of, oh, well, hey, I'm this, and so I'm trying to hold on to this identity of being because even with the shaman vibe, like, I don't even, I use that word for lack of a better word, but just I am, you know what I'm saying? But just wanted to share that thought, like to be courageous and brave in being your authentic self. I mean, it may be, a situation where you might be a twin, say for instance. You might be a twin. You know how most twins do a lot of the things the same and this and that. But where it comes to a point where, you're growing into your unique soul purpose, and your twin may become more of, just on this side, let's just say in a certain area of spirituality that they focus in more, but then you start to realize, like, I don't really vibe with that area like they vibe with that area. I'm more into numerology, or I'm more into, astrology, or I'm more into dealing with the plant life, or I'm more into integrating the human aspect with the, like, we all got different little tasks, and again, it's about stepping up to the plate, being courageous, and realizing that, of course, like, in most cases, our unique positions is gonna, like, in essence, that's why you gotta be courageous. People gonna talk about you, like, you're gonna seem like somewhat of an outcast when you step into your unique being, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's for, in essence. Like, once you start being your soulful self, you become so unique. You do become a person that's like, well, damn, he's the only one coming with that, or or she's the only person with that outlook, or that seems pretty crazy because I never heard that before. Rightfully so, because we're bringing up forth our unique energy, our unique information, that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But if you're sitting there scared of what people think, or you're scared because, matter of fact, or two, where again, that's what cleaning ourselves up, because that doubt and fear, you know what I'm saying, come in and, like, stop, basically keep us from stepping up to our soul purpose and being our unique selves, because it's, again, just some form of fear just stopping. Just be fearless, be courageous, time to be our unique selves, because we all different. And matter of fact, and as I'm speaking of this also, since it's on my mind, speaking to the fluctuation of energies too that we may be going through. So outside of what I just finished talking about, we all may be fluctuating through different energies. So say for instance for myself, and I might have spoke to this already, but where I fluctuate through the cold, like, so basically through the compassion and non-compassionate vibes, where at some points I could cry over somebody talking about a crackhead losing his shoe. I'd be like, damn, man, what the world, like, and not like that, but you know what I'm saying, I could be heartfelt about that situation, and then hear about somebody crying over a baby passing away and bust out laughing because I'm on my vibrational being shit, realizing it's a matrix and I'm in that area of my my vibe, so bringing this up though, because this has a lot to do with the ascension energies we cycling through, just energies as a whole, not only through the energies of what we've been through in this existence, but through our whole entire existence as as source, in essence, to it. Well, to an extent, because as above, so below. All the emotions and things we display, all the things that we display are just a smaller fractal of the emotions and everything that trickles from source, But you definitely may find yourself, cycling through, what I call the hot and cold energies. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute you compassionate, 1 minute you're cold. It's possible that you may be going through these things. And again, the reason why I thought about it again, because just my natural spiritual nature is to be cold towards like death and stuff like that. Like, I'm not really I'm good at talking people into coping with it, but it's not gonna be in the old way of like it's more so of like, hey man, we just vibrate, like that vehicle ain't nothing but a bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but while some of us just tend to be closer to a different outlook in that area, again, we all uniquely different in the way we share energy. So let's just again be courageous and move into our unique being. But that's it. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now, man. Again, be courageous. I just gotta be courageous in being yourself. That's the only way, in essence, when we talk about discovering ourselves and going inside and being enlightened, being enlightened is just being your authentic true self. The rest fall in place. Because by being your true authentic self, you are being the God that you should be, you know what I'm saying? Because once you fall into that trueness and the authenticity, you fall in your heart, and your heart is connected to your soul. So, everything just falls in place from there. But, in peace.